Welcome back. The South African Social Security Agency is warning of possible payment delays for certain grant beneficiaries. SASSA says this is due to an identity verification process done by the agency. For reaction on the story, I'm now joined by General Moyo, as the spokesperson for the #PayTheGrants campaign. Mr. Moyo, thank you so much for your time and for joining us this afternoon. What's your reaction to this delay in paying out of these grants?
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. We are very much disturbed with these ongoing delays, which are highly affecting the beneficiaries each and every time when SASSA cannot fix its own technical issues and glitches, which were reported like long time ago, which were making its system very vulnerable to frequently make a free flow of these grants payments to the beneficiaries. It's affecting the vulnerable beneficiaries each and every time. So we are very actually disturbed as the organization, and this is going to impact very highly on the beneficiaries themselves.
So SASSA has come out and saying that it's not all beneficiaries that are affected by this, but the campaign targets individuals who use alternative forms of identification instead of the 13-digit ID document. And these people need to verify their details at the office. And in that way, the delays would be averted.
Yeah, that's easy to say, and that's normally what they normally say, that this is not going to affect everyone. But if you check on the ground, most people are getting affected, as we are getting even reports that even some other grants are being affected. It's not only the social distress of relief grants that is only affected by this verification process that they're imposing, but even other grants now is starting to get affected. So that's why we are getting worried that these verification problems that they are always faced with are always impacting on the vulnerable beneficiaries. So they might be saying it's a few people that will be affected, that they are verifying their digit, but you find that there are number or there are millions of people that will be affected. And after that being affected, they will be excluded, many of them.
Do you find that there's enough awareness and education on behalf of SASSA for grant recipients in them knowing what it is that they need to do in order for them not to be affected by these delays?
That's the other challenge that also add to the impact to the beneficiaries, that there is not much of an awareness raising in terms of what is these glitches, what are those challenges in terms of this biometric verification that beneficiaries need to know and what need to be prepared by the beneficiaries. So SASSA is not coming out clearly and is not reaching out to people, more especially those that are in far rural areas who are struggling very dearly in terms of reaching those SASSA branch offices, in terms of getting the clarity, even getting the information about all those glitches.
But I'm sure you would appreciate in principle, what the system is intending to do with regards to strengthening the integrity of the grant system, so that people who do not qualify and who are not eligible to be given these grants are not getting the money, so that there is enough money for people that actually need it.
We do highly support the mechanism of fighting any fraudulent activities within these payments, even by those officials that are also being found to be implicated in those fraudulent activities, even anyone that might be in that particular line. But we are actually expecting the speedily and smoothly assessment of those grants by the beneficiaries and those people that are eligible, not to be impacted by the glitches and errors that are manufactured to exclude people that are legitimate to qualify for those grants.
So you believe this is intentional? Mr. Moyo?
We believe some is to exclude, because if you check this, we somehow believe that it meant to exclude, because those technical glitches or errors are not something that is easily fixed, or it's getting an attention to be fixed soon. So we're talking about 4 years that we've been facing each and every year, those technical glitches and errors that the SASSA has been actually saying their IT is working on it. But each and every year, there are those glitches. We are not saying we don't welcome mechanism of fighting fraudulent activities, but we want a sustainable programs that can make sure that legitimate beneficiaries are getting their money without any activities that is hindering that processes.
As an organization, are you able to sit at the table with SASSA and possibly propose alternatives to some of these glitches in ways that you find could be better for not only the people who are waiting and receiving these grants, but also for the system to be protected in a way that it should be?
There were a number of processes that we also proposed, even in our court papers, to say if SASSA can also do an in-person application, not to restrict this to only online processes. It can also assist to also have a main power in terms of the awareness raising and also community awareness that can also be in communities, linking with organizations that are practically assisting communities or beneficiaries on the ground to be able to further this assistance in communities. So those are some of the examples that we also indicated that SASSA maybe try to explore in terms of getting more manpower, getting more foot on the ground.
All right, so going forward with regards to this particular glitch and delay in payments, what would you like to see happen?
We would like to see actually everyone not being excluded. We know normally when there are those glitches, after they're being solved, those people that were declined, they are no longer being repaid their money. So we want to see a smooth process whereby everyone that has been actually approved being paid their money in time in the next future, and no errors or glitches again will ever be reported. So this must be fixed once and for all so that all the beneficiaries and eligible beneficiaries get their money smoothly. So.
All right, Mr. General Moyo, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. That's the spokesperson for the Pay the Grants campaign, speaking to us there about the delays that SASSA has with regards to the payments of the latest grant for those recipients.